Can the Patriots take down the leaders of the AFC East? That is what we're talking about today. Mariah, Janos, and Evan Lazar here. Evan, I want to talk about Josh Allen first. Obviously, he's come a long way since he started, but how can the Patriots kind of exploit him?
Yeah, there's a lot of improvement in Josh Allen's game. I think the first thing that stands out is just his ability to get through an entire progression now. Early on in his career, and Bill Belichick talked about this on Wednesday morning. Early on in his career, Josh Allen was a one-read guy. He would look one read, and if it wasn't there, he'd take off running. That was the game plan. Now he can sit in the pocket, and he can make multiple reads, or he can be very elusive in the pocket, and he's a tough guy to bring down if you're trying to sack him, so he can get out of those sacks and then create, in space or create out of structure that way. So a much more improved quarterback within structure of the offense, first read, second read, check down, that type of thing. So it's impressive to see that. But I think what the defenses in the last couple of weeks, and there has been noticeable regression in Josh Allen's statistics over the last 3 games since that Tennessee game. Tennessee, Kansas City, and the New York Jets have done a decent job of kind of limiting this Bills offense. You look at what they did, a lot of it is too high shells, cover 4, cover 2, things like that to mitigate the big plays from Buffalo, to not allow Josh Allen to uncork that arm and throw Stephon Diggs 60 yards down the field, or John Brown, or those big playmakers that they have on the outside. So force him to beat you by death by 1,000 paper cuts, right? Make him take the underneath throws, make him check it down, make him go consistently down the field on you instead of just beating you in one play. Make him drive 10, 12, 13, 14 type play drives with, a 5-yard pass here, an 8-yard gain there, and see if he can beat you that way. And I think that consistency-wise, it's at least proven out enough that he's not been able to put together an entire drive without the big plays. So that's what defense have done. The stats have bared it out and said that they have been successful in that route. So I expect the Patriots to start to sprinkle in a lot more too high coverages against the Bills this time around.
Now, on the other side of the ball, how can the Patriots attack this Buffalo defense?
Well, the good news, it's kind of funny because I think the Patriots actually match up really well against Buffalo, because we just talked about how Josh Allen and the pass offense for the Bills is really the strength of their offense, and they're not a very good rushing team. They actually rank 32nd in DVOA as a rushing offense this year, dead last. Similarly, on the other side of the ball, the Patriots want to run the football. Bills defense 26th in DVOA against the run defensively, so they're not a good run defense either. And I think one of the more underrated parts of Sean McDermott's scheme and the personnel that the Bills have had there in recent years is their defensive line play. Guys like Lorenzo Alexander and Jerry Hughes, and obviously I forget who the defensive tackle is. Of course, the name's Kyle Williams. That's the one I'm looking for. He retired a few years ago, but those players have really been sort of unsung heroes for that Bills defense. This year, the defensive line play has been nowhere near as good as it has been in the past, and teams have been able to run on Buffalo. So I'm really interested to see if the Patriots can win this game by going about their formula, stopping the pass on defense, running the football on offense. That can be exploited on both sides of the coin for Buffalo. So it's going to be fascinating to see if the Patriots can put that entire game together and play a game similarly to what we saw in week 1 against Miami or week 3 against the Raiders, and have that sort of game script where they're controlling the ball on offense and limiting the big plays on defense.
Yeah, let's see what they can do. I'm definitely looking forward to it. For all of our Patriots coverage, head to clnsmedia.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel over at Patriots Press Pass.